We use a variety of different techniques in terms of helping students engage with Australian military history. One of the ones that we've found is most successful is getting students to dress up, having a hands-on activity. So that's that engagement with material culture that really brings the act of commemoration alive. So students can come here, they can dress up as a First World War digger, a member of the Light Horse. They can try on a uniform, they can feel how heavy the uniform was, they can feel how rough it was. We talk about how the uniforms would have been, infested with lice, and that one of the things you would do in the trenches when you weren't fighting was to try and get the lice out of the seams of your tunic. Once you'd done that, you would put a match underneath the tin and try and pop the lice, and they would release a grease, and you'd use that to grease and waterproof your boots. So it's those kind of little historical details that really make those kind of connections. It's something that each student can kind of visualise. It's something that each student can kind of identify with. So that's the way in which we try and approach the Australian military history. We kind of bring it down to the students' level. We talk about food and what the food was like. One of the interesting things that I found out recently, and I was doing an outreach program in Horsham, and we talked to a number of Second World War veterans, and they were talking about the experience of joining up and actually going to Papua New Guinea, and they were saying about their conditions. And one of the things that the students were really interested in, because the students were able to and encouraged to ask questions, was about food. What did they eat? And that was one of the fascinating things. Apparently they had lots of bully beef left over from the First World War that they were still feeding to Australians in the Second World War. But it's those kind of personal connections that are really important. It's about the clothes, it's about food, it's about how you feel when you leave home for the first time. It's about perhaps feeling lonely, it's about feeling scared. It's about those kind of emotions that the students can identify with.